The universe does not choose perfect people. It chooses the cracked ones because only those who have been broken learn how to let the light enter, transform, and guide others through the darkness. Damaged souls carry a depth that untouched hearts cannot understand. Their suffering becomes a language through which the universe teaches wisdom, compassion, and the kind of strength that can't be learned from comfort. When life shatters you, it is not punishment but preparation. The universe sharpens damaged people to make them unshakable, to awaken their inner truth, and to turn them into guides for those still lost in their storms. Why the universe chooses the damaged people, inspired by Alan Watts. There is a beautiful, almost mystical truth that echoes through Alan Watts' philosophy. The universe does not avoid damaged people. In fact, it selects them. But why? Because damaged people are not weak. They are awake. You see, life breaks us not to destroy us, but to reveal us. When you pass through fire, when your heart is shattered, when your spirit trembles, something extraordinary happens. You begin to see the world not through the eyes of fear, but through the eyes of truth. Pain removes illusions. Loss removes ego. Suffering, when faced with courage, awakens something ancient inside you, a strength you never knew existed. The universe chooses damaged people because they carry rooms inside them where others can rest. They understand silence, they understand tears, they understand storms, because they have lived inside them. A person who has never cracked cannot understand the one who is falling apart. But a damaged person? They can recognize pain without it being spoken. They can offer presence without needing to be asked. They can give comfort without pretending to be perfect. Alan Watts often said that the universe plays with contrasts. Darkness makes the stars visible. Pressure creates diamonds. And pain shapes the soul. So when you feel broken, when you feel lost, remember this: your damage is not a flaw. It is your opening. Think about the great teachers, the great healers, the great thinkers. Most of them were once shattered by life, not because they were chosen to suffer, but because they were chosen to awaken. The universe knows that a person who has never fallen cannot teach others how to rise. A person who has never felt alone cannot teach others how to reconnect. A person who has never cried cannot teach others how to heal. Your wounds are not signs of weakness. They are signs of initiation. Initiation into a deeper understanding of existence. Initiation into compassion. Initiation into strength that does not brag, but breathes quietly. Maybe right now, you feel damaged. Maybe the world feels heavy. Maybe you're wondering why life keeps testing you while others walk easily. But listen carefully. The universe does not test what it is not preparing. It does not cut what it does not plan to shape. It does not break what it does not intend to rebuild stronger. You are being prepared for something. A version of you that can love deeper, stand stronger, and speak truth with a voice carved from experience, not theory. The universe chooses damaged people because they are the ones who transform suffering into wisdom. They are the ones who rise again when others would fall. They are the ones who carry light into places where others see only darkness. So, don't curse your scars. Don't hate your past. Don't fear your sensitivity. They are not signs of weakness. They are proof of your evolution. Stand tall, even in your brokenness, because the universe is not done with you. It is building you. And one day, you will look back and realize you weren't damaged, you were chosen. The universe does not choose perfect people. It chooses the cracked ones because only those who have been broken learn how to let the light enter, transform, and guide others through the darkness. There is something profoundly beautiful about a soul that has tasted suffering. Perfection creates distance, but brokenness creates depth. A person who has never fallen, never failed, never felt their heart tremble, lives in a world of surfaces. They know how things look, but they do not know how things feel. They understand the shape of life, but not the weight of it. But once a person has cracked, Once the world has pressed on them so hard that something inside them gives way, they begin to see life with new eyes. In the cracks, light enters. It filters through the spaces where certainty once lived. It illuminates the parts of us that were hidden under ego, under pride, under the illusion that life must always be controlled. Those cracks become invitations, invitations to grow, to soften, to awaken. A damaged person often becomes more real than they ever were before. They learn not to pretend. They learn not to hide behind masks. They learn to stand in their truth even if that truth is fragile, even if it is messy. The universe knows this. It knows that a person who has walked through their own darkness can recognize the suffering of others without needing to ask a single question. These people carry empathy like a heartbeat. They don't judge quickly. They don't dismiss the pain of others. They don't turn away when someone cries. They understand because they have been there. And this understanding becomes a kind of quiet power. A power that comforts, that stabilizes, that heals. When life breaks you, it is not the end. It is the beginning of a deeper version of you. The crack is not a flaw, it is an opening. Through it, wisdom enters, humility enters, strength enters, and most importantly, light enters. The universe chooses the cracked ones because they become the lanterns in the dark, the ones who guide others out of their storms simply by existing. They shine not because they are perfect, but because they have learned to glow through their scars. Damaged souls carry a depth that untouched hearts cannot understand. Their suffering becomes a language through which the universe teaches wisdom, compassion, and the kind of strength that can't be learned from comfort. There is a reason why people who have been through storms speak differently, listen differently, and feel differently. They don't live on the surface of life. They live in the deeper layers, the invisible spaces where emotions are raw and real. When someone has been hurt, their inner world stretches. Their perspective widens. They begin to see the unseen, to hear the unspoken, to sense what others are too distracted to notice. Suffering gives a person a kind of X-ray vision. They can look at someone's eyes and feel what they're carrying. They can hear the pain behind a laugh. They can sense the heaviness someone is hiding beneath a smile. This isn't because they are special. It is because they have lived through those very same shadows. Their damage becomes a translator, turning silence into meaning, turning pain into understanding, turning wounds into wisdom. And wisdom born from experience is the most powerful wisdom of all. It teaches compassion not as a concept, but as an instinct. Damaged people don't need to remember to be kind, they are kind. They know how it feels to pick themselves up alone, so they never want anyone else to feel that same loneliness. They know what it means to fight silent battles, so they never mock the struggles of others. They have learned that everyone is carrying something, even if the world cannot see it. But this depth does more than make them compassionate. It makes them strong. Not the loud, aggressive strength that comes from ego, but the quiet, steady, unshakable strength that comes from survival. A person who has rebuilt their heart learns endurance. A person who has cried in silence learns courage. A person who has lost parts of themselves learns how to rise with whatever they have left. Untouched hearts are beautiful, but damaged hearts are powerful. The universe shapes them through contrast. Darkness to reveal light, loss to reveal gratitude, pain to reveal resilience. Damaged souls become guides, healers, protectors, and visionaries, not because they sought these roles, but because the universe carved them into it through experience. They are proof that suffering does not end a person. It deepens them. They walk through the world with a different kind of awareness, one that can change others simply by being present. When life shatters you, it is not punishment but preparation. The universe sharpens damaged people to make them unshakable, to awaken their inner truth, and to turn them into guides for those still lost in their storms. Every hardship you've faced, every tear you've swallowed, every night you felt alone was not a sign of weakness. It was a silent form of training. The universe doesn't break people to destroy them. It breaks them to reveal the parts of themselves they never knew existed. When you are shattered, illusions fall away. The pieces of your old self crumble, and in their place, something stronger begins to rise. This transformation is not immediate. It's slow. It's painful. It forces you to confront truths you once avoided and emotions you once buried. But in that confrontation, something awakens: clarity. You begin to understand what truly matters and what never did. You start to see who deserves to stay in your life and who only belonged to an old version of you. You learn to walk forward with less fear because you've already survived the things you once thought would break you forever. And this is why the universe prepares damaged people. They become the ones who don't crumble when life brings pressure again. They become the ones who can stand in chaos and still breathe. They become the ones who know how to guide others through storms, not with empty words, but with lived experiences. Your pain is not wasted. It is becoming your power. Every setback, every heartbreak, every loss is shaping you into someone the world will one day need. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. A stronger, wiser, more awakened version of you is being built inside your wounds in the end. The truth is simple yet profound. The universe does not choose the damaged because they are weak. It chooses them because they are capable of becoming extraordinary. What you have endured has not diminished you. It has deepened you. What you have lost has not emptied you. It has carved space within you for wisdom, compassion, and true strength. Every scar you carry is a reminder that you survived something that was meant to break you, and survived as someone wiser than before. So when you look at your wounds, don't see tragedy. See transformation. When you look at your past, don't see failure. See formation. When you look at your broken pieces, don't see a mess. See the mosaic of the person you are becoming. You were never meant to stay broken. You were meant to rise, to shine, to become a source of strength for others still trapped in their storms. And perhaps that is the ultimate gift, to heal not just yourself, but to become a lighthouse for those who have lost their way. Remember this always. You are not damaged beyond repair. You are chosen for a purpose beyond imagination.